Mr. Transformers 96 here with another Funko Pop review. This time I'm reviewing the Avengers Infinity War Thanos with special guest Vision. Alright.
Keep going. No, keep going. Okay, hi. Yeah, it's just kind of doing me.
Oh, yes.
And I think this little Vision's super cute.
Mm-hmm,
so
excellent, right?
I was just kind of, wanting to try.
And this is a sneak preview for the exclusive Hot Topic Vision Funko Pop that we'll also be reviewing. That, however, will just be on Mandy J's channel. This is actually, at the moment, we plan to only post this Thanos review on my channel. All the other Funko Pop reviews themselves from Infinity War will be on Mandy J's channel, so absolutely check her out and give her a subscribe if you want her reviews, as well as just the group videos that we're going to be doing as well, because we're doing a lot of collaboration videos. They've been quite fun. I hope you guys are enjoying them.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed the group ones. I was kind of really hoping to mess you up there with Vision.
I think I did all right.
You did good. You saved it really well. So
right?
I'm like impressed. But I was kind of like, what if I just awkwardly push this one into the screen?
Maybe one day we'll show you guys the bloopers, because we're, you know, making quite a reel at the moment.
So far, yes. Yes, very much so. Anyway, we have like Thanos here.
Yes, so
very grouchy. Well, I mean, not grouchy. He kind of seems.
He looks pretty happy.
He seems a mixture of like overwhelmed with like immense power and like I've kind of had a bad day too.
Yes, I can see that. Loving the size of this pop. I do love like big pops like this. I like value for money, you know. I just got a thing for that.
Oh yeah, no, so. it's not that he's cheap. He just like whenever he can get a deal, he's like, oh yes.
So I really do enjoy the weight difference in this, and I love the fact that he just looks smashed in the package. You can't see his feet, you can't see his forehead. You can see the massive chin, though, of course, Thanos' signature chin, but he is just smashed in there. So I really do love the fact that he's so large, and he's in a normal box. I was actually expecting this to be like a 6-inch pop, similar to what they did with the Guardians of the Galaxy Thanos that came out, which I do have, I'll compare him to. But he's not, and I much prefer this. I think that this is a good scale from what I can see, at least in the package.
Yeah, I mean, he does feel a little cramped. I kind of wish, like, they maybe would have done, like, a slightly taller box or something, just so you kind of get more of the pop.
Nah,
but
this feels like you get more for your money when it's smashed in there.
Whatever, okay. I really, like, you know, I kind of feel like you're missing some details, though. Like, I mean, I kind of like to be able to see a majority of the pop.
Yeah, I mean, for people who keep it in package, it's disappointing. For me, I'm gonna rip this guy out. I need him out, you know, so
he's
for
gonna
me,
use his teeth and everything. He's just gonna, like, tear it apart.
Totally, yeah.
This box is not gonna be existing afterward.
You won't want to see that, so, yeah. I'll pause the video, don't worry. Alright, let's get him out and go over the actual Mad Titan himself. But before we do that, quickly, just want to talk about the assortment.
Yeah, I want to talk about the box, and you're like, I want him out!
I know, I'm too excited.
Shh, okay. Time will come,
Okay.
Let's review the rest.
So the rest of the assortment, we did post a haul video about what we actually did pick up. But if you missed that, we picked up the Thanos and his 3 children. Obviously, the 4th one is coming out. It is an exclusive to Walgreens. It'll be a 6-inch pop. I need that one, so we will definitely be picking up that one and reviewing it as well. We also picked up Teen Groot with a gun, and then the Vision that is a Hot Topic exclusive will be our next one, is also one that we picked up. So we'll be doing a review on all of those. Stay tuned for that.
Yes, I'm also super excited for the Box Lunch exclusive. Iron Spidey with the mask off. Hopefully we'll have one of those in the future. So let's get the Mad Titan out of package and go over the figure. Awesome.
And here's the Mad Titan out of package. Overall, I have to say, it's looking awesome.
Look at his bobblehead go.
Yeah, I thought it was cool to start the video with his head bobbling. Alright.
Really? Or were you just kind of like, that's convenient?
It was a happy accident, okay? Yes. Alright, so going over the actual figure here. I do like it. I think that his head looks slightly plain, just because. But that's more of the look of him in the film. I'm not a fan of the fact that he lost his helmet, and you know he's kind of downgraded armor-wise. I did see a video with the directors, the Russo brothers, explaining exactly why he doesn't have the armor. Like it's a spiritual journey for him, and he's kind of shedding his armor as he gains gems. So you know, I do like it from a narrative perspective, but just visually. You know, by itself, I don't think it's as appealing as the armored version in general. So I think that the head looks a bit plain. However, I love the purple. I love the shade of purple.
Because purple's your favorite.
Purple is my favorite color. However, I wasn't a big fan of this purple.
Yeah.
This kind of pinkish purple, which is kind of his original color through some of his cameos.
Well, it is like a dustier purple, but it's... Yeah, I agree. I feel like the purple they released with the Infinity Wars one is definitely a lot cleaner and looks a lot better. And I feel like it matches the color, like, of his, like, what is left of his armor and everything, and really helps that purple, or, like, the gold on his, like, outfit and everything, and the gauntlet just kind of pop a bit more. I think it complements. Yeah. Especially the blue, where I feel like in the other one, it's a little too, like, the blue is too vibrant, I feel, and that kind of makes the gold look a little obnoxious in his armor. But, like, I really do think they kind of, like, went in the right direction with the Infinity Wars, at least, with the doing a more kind of coppery gold than doing, like, a true bright yellow gold for this one.
I totally agree. It's a little less cartoony. Just overall, love the new colors on the Infinity War one. Still adjusting to his new look, however. But I am still enjoying his look, and had this been like the first Thanos that we got, I think that I would have really liked his look, but just knowing like what his armored look looks like, it does feel like it's a little lackluster in some cases.
Yeah. And I do find it interesting if you pull over like the mystery mini that you got from the mystery mini pop. Like, I noticed one thing is like his pants is different colors. Like, overall, the colors are pretty close.
The pants are like green on the mystery mini.
Yeah, you have a green on the mystery mini, a kind of khaki tan on the pop. But then I also noticed when you look over at the like imagery on the box here, the like armor pieces that are gold here are very like lackluster here. Like, they're not as strong. They're kind of dull. So
yeah, I do. I like the kind of more copper like color scheme when it comes to that. And, you know, I'm looking at some pictures. It looks like he should have. There is the concept art shot, which was released with like all the characters, is kind of greenish. But then some of the other photos I'm finding, he does have more of a brown color. So I guess it's just based on where they got the artist renderings of that. But yeah, so that is a little oddity. There's a discrepancy as far as the color scheme is concerned. Yeah. First of all, having, the Thanos pop and mystery mini together, they look pretty cool. I actually really do like them. I like the expression and design of the mystery mini one a little bit better. I just kind of like the mystery mini design as a whole. I think that his head looks a bit better when it's rounded instead of squared off like the Funko Pop's signature look.
He just looks so grouchy.
Yeah. So going over the actual pose here, I do like the stance. I'm not a big fan of when Pops have like the bent knee stances. That used to be the signature Pop stance where they had their knees bent and things like that, which I was never big into that style. But I kind of like it here simply because he's big, so it kind of allows him to be even larger and still fit into the normal box.
Yeah, and that is true. I think it, weirdly enough, highlights like the armor on his like knees and stuff though.
True.
So I mean, at least you're kind of seeing like it kind of brings out some detail, and I kind of think the stance kind of fits for how he's like holding the gauntlet and everything. The gauntlet.
Yeah,
so.
I do like the fact that he's got the gauntlet up. He has his fingers kind of curled.
Yeah.
Which I think looks pretty neat.
The detail on him is very well done, very, like, especially, like, in his muscles and the fingers and the gauntlet and stuff.
Yeah.
I really am happy with how that kind of looks overall.
I do like the vibrant colors of the gems. I just don't like how... I wish that they had like a gloss to them or a clearness to them and had like some definition, because they're not circles either in the film. They're cut, so there should be some actual like cut pieces into the gems themselves. So I don't really expect that much detail in this, but at least to have a different shade of coloring as far as either giving them a gloss look or a translucent look, I think would have definitely helped give it a more realistic type of look and not so cartoony, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I feel like, weirdly enough, though, if you look at him, I feel like he just has a cartoony look overall, like, in general. Yeah. But I do feel like the Pops kind of lean more towards that cartoony look, and that's why I feel like our cartoony Pops, like, Yzma and Cusco and all that, I feel like... Or, like, the Hercule one that's coming up. I feel like anything that's, comes from a cartoon or has, like, cartoon styling, I think sometimes translates a little better in the Pop form.
Yeah, it definitely does look a bit, better because that's kind of their style to begin with. But overall, I do enjoy the pose. There is quite a few other Thanoses coming out. There's a 10-inch Target exclusive one in the same type of pose, but with a fist instead of the open hand. There is a Walmart exclusive one where he is frowning and he's shooting out, like, some sort of blast from the gauntlet, and it has like a whole blast effect that comes with it that's attached attached to the hand. And then there's a ride that's coming out where he's got another kind of angry face, and he's in one of those Jatari ships that he commands. So that looks pretty neat. Personally, I don't want the 10-inch one. I don't really want the ride. I mean, unless it like blows me away in person. But I do really want to get the Walmart exclusive one. So I do plan to pick that one up, and I will be doing a comparison, of course, when that one comes out. Just to show you just the size of him compared to an average Pop, we have Proxima Midnight here from the same line, of course one of his adopted children. As you can see, he's very big, and they cost the same amount. They come in the same size box, and they're both the same price. So I do, again, very much appreciate the value for money on this Thanos Pop when it comes to what you actually get plastic-wise comparatively to what you normally get. So that is quite nice. And I do like the size difference between him and his children.
It is a very, like, it gives him that kind of towering feel, like he very much towers over any of your other Pops, and I kind of appreciate that he kind of has this kind of intimidating feel to him that, you know, in your collection he kind of stands out really well.
Yeah, definitely. So him posed with the Black Order, he will look very intimidating. Cole Obsidian is the only one member of the Black Order that should be the same type of size as him, and yeah, so the two of them should be kind of on par size-wise, but with the rest he does very much tower over them, which I think does look quite nice. So any final thoughts on the Thanos figure?
Nope, other than I think the color scheme is really nice, and I think they did a pretty decent job on this one.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with it as well, and very much looking forward to some of those other Thanoses, seeing them in person, and definitely getting that Walmart exclusive one.
Yeah, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you know where to leave them.
And thanks so much for watching.